there, it's Angela. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to have a great conversation today, so stay tuned. We're going to be talking about minding your business. You know, when we think about even that phrase, mind your business, sometimes we might want to get offended, but just give me a second. Let me explain what I'm saying. When I say mind your business, I mean don't allow anyone else or anyone else's mess to pull you away from the business that you need to take care of. Here's an example. The other day I had to have my washing machine serviced, and y'all excuse me if you've listened before, you know I have a cat and she's a little spoiled, so she's over here making noise. But anyway, I had to have my washing machine serviced. And so the serviceman came and he was very frank and to the point, and he was telling me about how I needed to do better as far as instead of just setting my loads for color, but also by the weight of the items. Okay, so the point is, he got me all squared away. Wasn't the nicest about it, but it was done. On his way out, he so kindly told me that I needed to change my desk in my office because it wasn't impressive. So I just decided, okay, thank you, walked him out, great. Listen, the first thing we have to remember when we say mind your business is take the info that you need and drop off the insult. Who cares? Really, who cares? This person's opinion about my desk or my office is irrelevant. But I think a lot of times we lose focus on what we're doing or what we thought was so great because someone else had an opinion. Well, what could he do? So as you see, I'm already going to give you some points, maybe three simple things that you can remember when you need to just mind your business. So as I said, the first thing is, you know what? Take the info and drop off the insult. You do not need it. The other one is don't waste your time getting offended. They don't matter. So it sounds like the same thing, but here's the second one. What if someone is flat out rude or accusatory, or just, let me give you this. So I was working on a project and I went to someone that was supposed to be helping me with the project. So as we're going back and forth, talking about the resources that we're, going to share and how this is going to pan out, she decides that she wants to tell me my faults. Now, if you know me, you know I have faults. Hello, if you know any human being, they have faults. If you also know me, I am no stranger to knowing that I have faults, and I know I'm not perfect, and I always say, and I believe it, thank God for Jesus. Thank God that I don't have to be perfect. God perfects those things concerning me. I still try my best though, right? Anywho, she decided in the middle of what we're doing that she's going to tell me all about my faults and proceeded to give me resources regarding these said faults. Meaning, instead of preparing for our meeting to get the things done that needed to be done, my girl was focused on what she thought my faults were and were printing them out and giving them to me, and then told me, she was so cute. She told me, oh, we can discuss this if you'd like to. We can come back and discuss this. Yeah. Interesting. Meanwhile, we still have this project that needs to be taken care of and things need to be done. Hello? And this has happened on more than one occasion where someone is supposed to be helping me, or I'm supposed to be working with someone or doing something, and they find it so important to share what they think about me in a negative way. And here's the thing. Sometimes those points that they're making if we go beyond the offense, there may be some good points there. So again, you go back to number one, which is take the info and drop off the insult. But then sometimes people will see, they will see what you're doing. They'll see you trying really hard. Or they'll see you trying to make a difference. They'll see that you are a person who doesn't give up, who is really pressed in, who is really trying your best to get this done. And sometimes, unfortunately, that jealousy might creep in and they'll start saying things to kind of try to sabotage what you're doing. Don't get distracted. That is just something that you cannot allow to distract you. You cannot allow what other people say or what they do or what they think about you become so important to you. So basically, even in that situation, it's plain to see. All I needed to do was let her talk, because really, who cares? I don't care. I don't. So let her talk. I know who I am. That's the other thing. Know who you are. So that when these things happen, we do live in this world, right? So you do know those things will happen. When they happen, when people try to say things, maybe they'll try to come against you in one way or the other, I wouldn't even worry about it. Now, also the pastor, so here's my pastor's hat. When you know 2 Chronicles 16:9, you'll know the word says that God strongly defends you. If you go to that scripture, you'll read about a king who had found himself in a sketchy situation. Well, child, he decided he had a plan on how to get out of the situation. He was going to get this one to support him in this way, and he was going to set this up in another way. You get my point. The point was he was ready to go to war. He was ready to fight this other king because, the other king was in the wrong, and the other king was antagonizing him and all that. But the problem was, what he did not remember to do, King Asa, I gotta remember the name. What he did not remember to do was to allow the Lord to defend him. And so what happened after that was his prophet came up and told him, the man of God told him, listen, you have done an awful thing. You've done the wrong thing. Because you have entered into this fight, now the fighting will never end. So that's my point. We cannot allow other people's opinions and other people's thoughts and other people's plans and schemes and all that to take us away from the path that we should be going. Because why? In 2 Chronicles 16:9, there's a good reminder. Because once you enter that fight, the fighting will never end. It'll go back and forth, and I know sometimes you can look it up in the dictionary for petty, and you might just see me sometimes like this. You might just see that. But you can't allow petty to be your only response. And the rest of 2 Chronicles 16:9 reminds us that the Lord scours the earth looking for someone whose heart is on him, that he might strongly defend. We all need to remind ourselves that. And of course, am I saying walk around and, immediately you're going to be remembering these scriptures? No, you can read them and write them down and apply it to your memory. But keep in mind, God will defend me. I don't have to argue about everything. I don't have to get upset. I can mind my own business, do what I'm supposed to be doing, and not get distracted. So those were our 3 points, right? So the first thing again is take the info, drop off the insult. Our second point is don't be so easily offended. Their opinion does not matter. Really, it doesn't. If it's contrary to what you know is truth, it doesn't matter. And the third one was stay focused. Focus forward. That's what I meant to say earlier, but focus forward. Don't get distracted. A lot of times, these little things that happen in our lives, it's really just a distraction. Listen to this. When the enemy knows that he cannot stop you, he will try to distract you. Mind your business. Stay focused on what you're supposed to be doing. Stay focused on a lifestyle that honors God. Stay focused on seeking God first and staying in the Word and just trusting God. Stay focused on your prayer life. Stay focused on surrounding yourself with positive people, people who know the Word. Stay focused on being connected with your church and with your community of faith so that you can grow in faith. So when situations happen, because they will, you won't fall apart. You can live your life and be positive. You can smile at people even though they're trying to be ugly. You can still have a good quality day, and still have fun in your life and still achieve your goals because you're not so distracted. You're not letting situations to veer you off path of where you need to go. You're not allowing someone else. Like, what if I was so insulted by the guy who was telling me about my desk that I didn't bother to take the information that I needed? Or what if I decided to just be so offended by this woman that maybe I would have gotten so offended that I would have cut her off and not finished the project? And I'm going to tell you, this woman is wonderful as far as the information that she has. She may have other things going on. It's not about me. I'm a mama business. And what if I had allowed all those different little wrenches that get thrown into life to distract me? You get my point? So we've got to stay positive. And you can only be positive, in my opinion, you can only be positive when you know that God got you. When you know that God will support you and will take care of you. When you know that if I seek Him first, if I just call out to God first, He's got this. I don't have to worry myself about all this other stuff. I don't have to be sitting around trying to figure out a way to get back at somebody else. I don't want that mess, because what I put out, I'm getting right back. And trust me, I don't need it, and you don't either. So just keep in mind your business, stay focused, and just keep on doing what God told you to do, okay? So join me next time for our next conversation. As you already know, we're going to keep it real. We're going to, no cliches, only Christ, staying positive, and looking forward to just getting better day by day together.